now watching Compton Rick Rock TV. Let's get to the content.
Is it the bloggers or is it the guys in the streets? Everybody want to know what's going on. The last few days, you've been having everybody who covered this type of content covering it. The summertime was cool. I can honestly say this summer was a good summer. You had a few incidents, but nothing is happening like it been happening within these last couple of months. These last couple of months been chaos. We done seen people that we cool with. A lot of y'all know a lot of these people. I just happen to have dealings with a few of these guys. I did reviews on some of these guys, and to see them not here is just crazy. When is it gonna stop? A lot of people say it's never gonna stop. A lot of people say, man, it's too much jealousy in the streets, too much hatred in the streets, too much bloodshed been shed in the streets for it to stop now. Well, I'd say that's a lie. I'm going to tell y'all why, because in 2020, when they was passing out them EDD and PPP checks, when everybody was out there getting, you would think dudes was players and pimps, how much peace signs they was throwing up when they was driving by. They rivals. I seen them all out there. I seen everybody out there shaking hands. You would think it was 1992, the peace treaty all over again. But in this case right here, rap news and street politics, like always, deliver the content when it comes to the streets. How did this stuff start? What caused it? And all these clips that he's playing is clips that he done pieced up from the internet, and he just giving y'all intel and insight on what's already out there. Now, let's pray for all these dudes out here, man, that's in the streets, man. Pray that God cover them. I know that sound crazy. A lot of people, they run away when they hear God. But, man, a lot of these dudes, man, need to be covered, man. And a lot of these guys need jobs, man. A lot of these dudes is doing what they do because they got all this free time on their hands. And a lot of these places, they not hiring a lot of these dudes. A lot of these dudes, all I see them, they smoking that buzz. Some of them can't even pass a drug test. But anyway, man, let's pray for these dudes, man. And we need to come up with something, man. Something. At least when Big U was out here, we not talking about all the stuff that all these dudes had to say. We not talking about that. We talking about the good. A lot of people look at the GRID program and say, oh, they working with law enforcement. But them dudes was having jobs. Them dudes had a communication line. When something happened over there, them phone calls was getting made, and you was somewhat, the peace it'll cease. It'll die down a little bit. Now, maybe that was the reason. Nah, think about it. Maybe that was the reason that he was took off the streets. All the other stuff, they say, you know what? He over there helping them kids. He getting them Christmas toys. He got them over there playing the football. He's coaching. He did more when it came to that than a lot of dudes on the internet then done. Because we see now it's nothing but chaos. But enough of me talking, man. Y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. And we definitely about to get to rap news and street politics, man. Let's get to this and see what he got going on. Let's go. All right, let's get over here to rap news and street politics. Let's get this reaction going. Let's go.
Rap news, street politics, the best hood channel on YouTube. And we back about to take a deep dive in the gunplay that's going on in South Central right now. Now, for everybody who knows or doesn't know what's going on in LA right now, it's get back season, the end of the summer slow, nothing down. Everything is seemingly ramped up, man. And we got to break down exactly what's going on through the most active blocks and hoods throughout South Central. But a movement that I've noticed over the years that some hoods is pushing is what's called HK City. Now, we know that the Hoovers have the most enemies in the city, but we also know they control a lot of territory in the city. And one thing these hoods gonna have in common is every hood is pretty much its own quote unquote community. And as you become familiar with these sets, these neighborhoods that they exist in also serve as like pocket cities throughout LA. Everybody has their own boundaries, their own program, and different terrain in their hood. But the HK cities are, of course, as they sound, hoods that are Hoover K. And what we see is some hoods, a little bit more than others, pushing HK City. Hoods like the Rolling Hundreds, the Main Streets, South Los, East Coast, the 40s, The Menlos. These are some of the hoods that I've seen over the years striking up HK City, which to me is somewhat of a furtherance of boundary and of course a political stance that specific hoods are taking. Now, again, we see this mostly with hoods that beef primarily with Hoover, and these are also gonna be the hoods that we see actively participating in this gunplay. Now, of course, everything that I speak on is subjective. The only concrete thing and factual thing that we can speak on is that people are losing their lives. So in the subjective matter, we have to say that everything that's going on right now are allegations, but we know the streets is talking and the best hood channel.
I'm glad he cleared that up. These are just allegations. You know what I mean? That's where he's getting this content from, off the internet, man. This is what my boy YCA 80 Bands was unalived the other day, man. Man, that dude has so much talent. I was looking forward to him getting signed to somebody, man. One of these labels. We got to do better, especially guys that's in bigger position and higher position. You know, y'all need to find dudes who in the streets and let us go, man, that dude right there got the talent. He got it, because a lot of dudes, they be so high up, they can't really look down and see what's going on in these streets. But for sure, what's going on in these streets is a lot of homicides right now, man, with a lot of dudes that got talent. Somebody brought it to my attention. They said, Rock, a lot of these dudes, Bloods and Crips, they got talents, right? They can rap, but they going on the internet and feeling like they got to do and say some of the most craziest stuff to bring awareness to their music or their situation that they might have. Why don't some of y'all put them on y'all podcast? Y'all got numbers, or put them on y'all channel. Y'all got numbers, and let them rap and tell them, like, leave all the diss and stuff out of it, and let's just showcase y'all talent. And hopefully by the numbers that, you know, some of these channels do have, y'all get recognized instead of putting yourself in these positions to where y'all getting smoked out here. So that's a good idea too, man. Starting something to where we could bring a lot of these dudes from these cities that got talent, let them come in there and rap, showcase their stuff, and hopefully it take them to a level that they trying to get to. Instead, we looking on the internet and seeing this happen to them. Let's get back to this though.
Channel on YouTube got to bring you as close as possible to what's really going on, man.
They homies, nigga, on Main Street. What's this? Per K, huh? Hey, who was that though?
What?
Where the snoovers at, nigga?
I don't know where no snoop was.
All right then, nigga, Main Street. Tell him.
Oh man, that's some. Come on, man. Come on, that's somebody grandpa, man. That's somebody grandpa, man. Come on, man. Y'all foul for that one, man. Y'all cold. Y'all. What is he gonna harm, man? Why would y'all even bang on him? Y'all, man, they got some good dope up in the streets right now. I never, in my years when I was in the street, it would have never crossed my mind to say anything to this dude right here, man. We have respect for our elders, man. This is foul.
We here, nigga. Fuck Snoop and all that, nigga.
Now, while putting this video together, two rappers and dudes who are low-key faces in their section have lost their life around this situation. Grady Myers, aka T4 the Low,
rest in peace,
from 11 Deuce Broadway, lost his life October 8th in his hood on 113th and Main Street. And as we recording this video, man, YCA 80 Bands was reportedly shot in his face on Vermont, Manchester, on the borderline of 9 Deuce and A-Trey Hoover. And before we really get started, man, we gotta say, rest.
A lot of people say, why was YCA 80 Bands over there? Well, I heard that he stayed over there at one point, so he knew everybody over there. And when you know a lot of people over there, you thinking, oh, ain't nothing gonna happen to me. That's like my grandma. My grandma stayed they house in Fruittown, so I could go over there. A lot of people like, man, why y'all? I've been over there all my life, so I go over there knowing everybody, but you never know. It might be that one dude who just got out of jail, don't care, is on in the streets, they ain't caring who is who, and you get caught slipping like that. We get comfortable because we familiar with these situations. So if he grew up over there, quite frankly, he was familiar with everybody over there, familiar with the situation. But I'm gonna tell y'all right now, ain't none of it, man. Have somebody deliver your bud, man. It ain't worth going in some of these spots when you know it's heated outside. Nah, man, order your stuff.
Rest in peace to everybody that has lost their life in this war this year. We only talking about this year that seems to escalate on a pattern throughout the city. Now, the crazy thing is, YCA 80 Bands from Eastside 84 Main Street had just tapped in asking about his placement on the Crip report card. And I told him that we got him in future videos as representation of this crippin'. And the last thing he said was, does it take him dying to make it onto one of our videos, man? And you know, I really wish it didn't have to be this way with us.
Man, he was reaching out to everybody to get heard. He was reaching out to all the platforms to get on. And a lot of these platforms, a lot of people, they ignored him. You know what I'm saying? He reached out to me too. Want to know how can he get on this YouTube game. I gave him some advice on how to do it. But man, he was just trying to get on. Imagine if it was a platform that these dudes could go to underground. We don't have no platform on the West Coast in LA. I mean, Southern California. We don't have nothing out here where these dudes could go and showcase their talent, except for the dude that got the green screen in the back. Forgive me if I can't remember your name right now. Y'all can put him in the chat. Yeah, a lot of those dudes go over there and showcase their talent, but we don't really have nothing to where they could go and get an interview. Just underground rappers, no gang stuff. We don't want to hear about your gang politics. We don't want to hear about the street politics. Just nothing but music. Showcase your music. Have a DJ up in there scratching and playing the music with the beat, and let them just go rap and flow, and then tell us how they wrote. Man, let me start giving y'all my ideas. But that's something that needs to be taken into consideration out here.
Bringing up people who are trying to make it out the street shit with the music or any other endeavors that they participating in, and really just trying to get on, you know what I'm saying? But you know, we try to highlight everybody in the city in the same way, same fashion, man. Every hood, it don't matter where you from, the smallest to the biggest of names, man. We really try to put on for the city. So it's for sure, rest in peace to T4 and YCA 80 bands. But as you know, we cannot start right here with the gunplay in the city. So over the last 5 to 6 months, a lot has transpired, and we gotta rewind the clock back to Memorial Day weekend, May 23rd, 2025, on the west side of South Central. There are 4 murders that took place in 3 separate events that are pertinent or relevant to the situation and to the hoods that are repping HK City and the Hoovers. Now, the first situation was potentially one that had the most eyeballs on it when Mashron Montgomery, aka King Boy, from the Dirt Gang, Rolling 30 Harlem Crip, 19 years old, lost his life on 96th and Van Ness as the result of a gunshot to the head in a late night situation in the neighborhood 90s. Now, almost simultaneously, 34-year-old Rico Antoine Mitchell was found laying outside with apparent gunshot wounds, with neighbors hearing gunshots and the car speeding off on 52nd and Hoover in the Fado's Hoovers. Now, before the situation this year, everything seemed to low-key be running accordingly, so to speak. Nothing too crazy. We know shit is happening all the time. There's gunplay to be had year-round. But when King Boy got killed, a shift changed in the city. Then we seen this murder on 52nd and Hoover. And of course, the 9-0s and the Hoovers are rival hoods. And this is somebody from the 30s, and the closest Hoover hood to the Harlems sees a murder the same night he's killed. Now, I'm not gonna make any assumptions. These are just the facts. Now, the key thing about King Boy, like I said, he's in the 9-0s. We know the 30s to the 100s is what's going on, and all them hoods are gonna rep HK City. But King Boy had close ties to Infant Stein from the 5 NUG, the Rolling Hunnids. We know right now the Hunnids have an aura about themselves. Well-respected members coming out all of the hoods of the Hunnids. We know there's internal
We losing all our soldiers. We losing all our troops. The guys that's putting in the work, them are soldiers. They got enough heart to go out there and fire that thing. It's just in the wrong manner. Now, if it go down where we need our troops and our soldiers, guess what? All the killers gonna be in jail. All the ones that's getting smoked, them our troops, them our riders. They ready to die for what they believe in. Imagine if they was ready to die for their color, their skin tone. We losing a lot of soldiers, man. We gonna be left with a bunch of busters out here. Let's get back to this.
Conflict going on between the 111s, 11-5s, blocks, hard times, UGs. The 111s seemingly are focused a little bit more on the blocks and UGs, but the blocks and UGs are pushing HK City. Now, when you see this HK City written up, there's a couple things that's going along with that. Number one, we see them whacking the eye out. Most of, if not all of these hoods are gonna be beefing with the Inglewood Bloods. So we really see that eye getting funny with the West Side hoods. But something that everybody does is whacking that T out. for them Trey gangsters in these HK City hit-ups. Now, with King Boy being cool with Stein, we've seen them together over multiple occasions. It's alleged that the Rolling Hundreds took it upon themselves. For some reason, they settled on the gangsters potentially being responsible for what happened in the 9-0s, and Stein slides up Normandy with a 20-year-old man and a 12-year-old boy looking for the get back. Now, the key thing about that 12-year-old boy, we got him on our thumbnail in the Rolling Hundreds internal conflict video. You know, as people reached out when we did that video came out well before these situations transpired.
I hate to point this out. I seen it throughout the whole video, but I'ma say it because it might say somebody like, right? The middle finger to these people neighborhood, y'all notice that these are a lot of the guys who've been getting targeted. Other than being on the internet doing this, pay attention, man. Like that right there is really, it's like agitating, like a fly that's flying around. You trying to swat it. It's like agitating.
People wanted us to blur his face out. We did, so that's cool. My thing is, man, y'all gotta get a hold of y'all kids tighter than that. You know, these kids is outside, 12 years old, 14. Now, we know that's not unusual, not by any stretch of the imagination. Between 12 and 14 is really a point of time where niggas is jumping off the porch. But don't say nothing to us when these kids is going down on a slide, allegedly in the car with their homies. It's got to be some more accountability out here. But nonetheless, they make their way to the 8 trays and they found themselves in the north side 80s off Florence and Dalton, allegedly, where it ended up being a case of mistaken identity, where 48-year-old Kevin Ball, aka Tiki, from Eastside 4 Trey gangsters in the low bottoms, and another Hispanic man named John Ramos, a non-affiliate, ended up losing their life in this situation. And on camera, Stein, the 20-year-old dude, and the 12-year-old child go down at the scene. Of course, these are still allegations. You can't just say somebody did something because they're there, but this is what's alleged. So to me, this situation right here started the shift, and this is what I deem the precursor to the bullshit. Now, we entered a second phase after this that started on May 29th, 5 days after Memorial Day weekend. Right here, we on 82nd and Main, where a red burgundy sedan pull up, fire rounds at somebody, hitting them in the head before going east on 82nd and turning south down Main. Now, this is in the 84 Main Street hood. Now, the name of this individual hasn't been disclosed because they seemingly made it out this situation. Again, this is in Main Street. Barrio Majados is not far from here, and the Swans are not far, but primarily Barrio Majados and Main Street. Now, since the victim did survive in this situation, how the streets look at this shit is a miss. We just gotta let y'all know the mindset that's going into these moves. This is not a score, but the key thing is this is a part of HK City. This area is extremely hot, and after this, shit goes quiet. Now, that's a common thing that we seen with some of these hoods. And if you notice, it's a couple hoods out here that have gone quiet and dormant within the last month or so, seemingly because they're at work. Now, after this situation, it goes quiet for about a month, and then it pops up on 61st and Avalon in 6 Deuce East Coast hood. Again, a part of HK City. Primary beef is the Swans and the Hoovers. 61st and Avalon, a man is shot, but it's another miss. Survive. So as you can see, the pattern starts in the 9-0s, again in the Hoovers, then it goes to the gangsters. Goes to 6-Pack East Coast, and here we are, July 5th, 99th and Hoover. 4 people shot, gang-related shooting, men ages 37, 40, 44, and 50 in front of a house on 99th Street in the 9 Deuce Hoovers. 4 people. All of them survived another miss. Again, this is just the mindset. When we did that last Broadway video and spoke about why hood days get slid on, because that's what we leading up to. We headed to the epicenter of the bullshit, the A. Trey Hoover Hood Day. Why did it get slid on like this? These misses, niggas is unsatisfied. People have been lost and they not counting. We hit some people and we gonna chill. That's not how it works. We gotta keep it real. We gotta bring y'all as close as possible to the mindset of this street shit in South Central. So the same night, 4 people were hit on 99th and Hoover. A man is killed on 82nd and May in the 7-6 East Coast Crips. Now, Florencia also shares this section. The kitchens are too far from here, but this does take place the same night them 4 dudes got hit in the 9 Deuces. Now that's 4th of July weekend. We know that shit is always up. It's the same times of the year and damn near the same blocks that go up every year, time and time and again. But 5 days after this, another murder in the alleyway, 97th and Budlong. Now this is in the 9-9 Mafia, but it's right in between all of the bullshit. We know 9-9 Mafia is cool with the Hoovers. They beef with the A-Trays and they beef with the 9-0s and the Hunters. But Luis Garcia does end up losing his life over here on 97 and Budlong, not far from some other recent situations that we about to go through. Now the next day after that, July 11th, drive-by shooting where the same place YCA 80 Bands lost his life, Manchester in Vermont.
Man, it's going down. On fire. Dudes is getting took out the game in the same spots. Oh man, it ain't gonna happen to me. I fit to go over there. Happen to them. I ain't gonna happen to me. It ain't gonna happen to me. It's the same thing, man. Same thing going on, repeating itself. I'm not no preacher. I'm amazed by this stuff just as well as y'all. Leave y'all thoughts in the comment section. What y'all think about all this?
A man is shot on his bike in a drive-by shooting, but guess what? Another miss in the Hoovers. Again, this is the borderline of A-Tray and 9 Deuce, extremely active. Now, 2 days after that, we on 90th and Broadway, where 2 people are shot in an apartment building. And the crazy part is, the suspect was seen skirting off in a blue Lamborghini in the 9-4 Hoovers. Niggas is doing slides in Lamborghinis.
Well, they got
but
money.
Guess what? 2 more misses. Luckily, those last 3 people didn't lose their life off 90th and Broadway in Vermont and Manchester. But what this creates is a sense of restlessness. You see how this shit going up. I told you these misses, they pile up and result in people taking drastic measures to get their man. But 12 days after this, we back in the Hoovers. 74th and Fig, the middle of 7-4 hood. Man is shot in a gang-related shooting. Again, July 25th. Hit, not killed, another miss. That's 4 in a row. Niggas gambling, going through these blocks, and they not coming back with what they came over here for. This is what creates the tension. And this is how we got to 14th and Paloma Street in downtown LA, A-Tray Hoover Hood Day party, man. Now this situation, extremely uncalled for, extremely sad, but whatever hoods was trying to hit these people up in the Hoovers weren't satisfied that they kept missing, and they scoped out the party. Now in that Broadway video, we broke down how people end up finding out where these parties are. Trust me, nobody just telling the streets, hey, this the party, everybody pull up.
Nope. It be them homegirls. It be them homegirls telling they homegirls, and they homegirls tell they dudes. You know, a lot of females from y'all neighborhood be dating the enemies, and they talk. And a lot of these dudes get on the internet while they at the party, on live, showing where they at. Just a bunch of craziness, man.
Especially when you know your hood is hot. Niggas know the temperature outside. So this was probably the result of somebody talking too much. Most of the time it's females that know somebody that knows somebody else. You know, somebody homegirl sleeping with the other side. It's all kind of shit that can go on. You know, somebody could have been disgruntled and dropped the low. We may not.
This is my first time seeing this video. I seen some of it in the gym. I didn't get all the way through it, but they saying the same thing. This is hood stuff. This is not nothing new. This ain't nothing to be surprised about. This is something that we all know. If you from the streets, then you already know. It ain't like this oh man, no, this is what we all know. The ones who really in them streets.
Ever know exactly how this shit played out, but we do know Africa Johnson and Gregory DeRiso lost their lives outside of this A-Tray Hoover Hood party this night, man. And Africa Johnson was also somebody that had ties to both sides of the aisle. Kids from Hoover and her having ties to the neighborhood Crips.
She's so logged in over here, I wouldn't even guess where she from. She from 9-0, real good over here, won't nobody touch her. She from the op. Neighborhood 9-0 from over there.
That means she got a respect in.
Respect. Her sons is low from over here.
And I'ma just go ahead and say this. Somebody fucked up that night at the Hood Day party because she was not the intended target.
All right, man, we gonna stop it right there, man. This is rap news and street politics. I want all y'all to run over there and run these views up so y'all can get more of what's going on. This is the page, rap news and street politics. He always come with some content and keep you glued to it. It's like a movie when you hear his. Ain't nobody doing it like that. Y'all go over there and catch up on that content and leave y'all thoughts in the comment section, man. Yeah, man, we reporting this stuff, man. It's sad, homie, that we got to report this and we got to post this, but it's for educational purposes. Somebody can learn from this. You know, the news, they show this stuff, but they don't break it down and give y'all the education and the do's and not the do's. And that's all it is. Ain't nobody trying to preach to nobody and tell nobody how to live their life. Nothing is wrong with being from the gang, represent your section and none of that. The only problem is it's the dumb stuff. Getting on camera, doing all the goofy shit, all the dumb stuff that y'all do on camera. That's the part that don't make no sense. Man, learn how to slide and ride and move and groove, man, and do it the right way to where you ain't putting yourself in position. Get you some money, man, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. If y'all not making money, guess who making money off y'all? The police department, the hospital, the morgue, the people that got to come clean the blood up when that they didn't pick y'all up. It's a whole, the people on the internet, the reaction channels, everybody making money off of y'all, except y'all. Come on, man, get with the program. And it's Compton Rick Rock, Compton Rick Rock TV. I'll catch all of y'all on the next one. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, Compton Rick Rock TV. Also, hit that notification bell and catch every video when I drop.